A very good afternoon. You're watching News9 with me, Akshitam. Well, the city police have finally cracked the murder of Father K.G. Thomas, who was found murdered in the St. Peter's Pontifical Seminary in Malleshwaram on the night of April 1st, 2013. 3 people have been arrested for the murder. They have been identified as Father Elias, Peter and William Patrick. DG and IGP Lal Rukma Pachau addressed the media and announced that all 3 have been found accused. Narco analysis on 2 priests who were teaching at St. Peter's Pontifical Seminary and present in the seminary on the night Rector Thomas was murdered had yielded a new breakthrough. But over a year later, we are now looking at the names finally being released. Remember, the rector of St. Peter's Pontifical Seminary, Father Thomas, was found murdered on the night of 1st April last year. And soon after, the mystery only kept deepening for the police. Now, finally, the family of Father Thomas will be able to breathe, as finally the cops have gone ahead and arrested the 3 accused. In fact, the 3 have been identified as Father Elias, Peter and William Patrick. This was announced by DG and IGP Pachau. It is said that the narco analysis on 2 priests was what helped in bringing out that big breakthrough. In fact, this was something that was speculated all along, but there was absolutely no proof for. Finally, now this particular case has been put to rest with the cops finally announcing that 3 of them are the ones guilty of this crime. But of course, the cops have been under immense pressure to crack this particular case. It's been a year and there was absolutely no word on whether they would go ahead and solve this murder, which was only becoming more and more murky. Let's listen into what Raghavendra Auradkar had to tell my colleague Bansi.
Well, the police, in a major breakthrough, have cracked the Father Thomas murder case. Let's remember, Father Thomas was murdered at a seminary in a very brutal manner by at least 1 or more persons, and the police, in a sensational breakthrough, finally believe they have cracked the case. We have with us the police commissioner, Mr. Raghavendra Auradkar. Mr. Auradkar, how do you, what is the breakthrough you've made in this case?
See, this breakthrough it was mainly about the internal disenchantment with Father Thomas, because we believe that he was a very, very strict person and very principled person, and he was not allowing many illegal things to happen. And also it is a long, I think I should say, long pending dissent, which has created a sort of dissatisfaction among many of the people having close association with the seminary. And also there were some problems with the papers of the land grant of the seminary. So all this has led to this conspiracy being hatched, and Father Thomas was brutally murdered after hatching a conspiracy on 31st March 2013.
Okay. And the 3 persons who you have arrested are?
One is Father Elias. Presently he is in Gulbarga. The second one is who is posted in Kengeri, Father Peter William, and the 3rd person is a layman. He is Peter.
And for what reason did they commit this crime, and how did they plan it? Can you tell us about it?
I told you the reason, that there was long pending dissatisfaction. There were 2-3 issues about that. One is about the neglect of some group of the people who were working there for a long time, and also secondly there were some land grant new papers relating to that. That was the main reason, and this was being conspired for a long time before actual murder.
Okay. And all the 3 have been taken into custody?
We have arrested them. Now we will be producing them before the court, and we will be asking for the police custody.
And in all this, there was a great delay in this entire case. What was the reason for that?
No, delay was mainly because First of all, it was a very, very important and sensitive issue relating to a highly respected religious seminary. And the people involved were also from a priestly class, one or two. And we had to go into each and every aspect of the allegation minutely, and only when we make sure that we are arresting the right person, therefore it took a lot of time for us, and initially it was a dead end.
And do you suspect more are involved, or this is the final?
No, there are some more people involved.
And you will be getting them?
Yes, we will be getting them.
Thank you. There it is, Police Commissioner Raghavendra Auradkar, all smiles because the Father Thomas murder case has been solved. 3 persons have been arrested. How many more arrests are to come remains to be seen. With camera person Mahantesh, this is Bansi for News 9.
Well, Police Commissioner Raghavendra Auradkar confirming the arrest of 3 people with regard to the murder of Father K.J. Thomas, which took place on the night of 1st April last year. The Commissioner going on to confirm that it was a case of growing dissent and a conspiracy that led to the death of the rector of St. Peter's Pontifical Seminary. All 3 have been arrested. They are to be produced in court. It has been a very sensitive case, and of course there has been a considerable delay as well, but the cops have finally nabbed the main accused. But they have also clearly stated that there are a lot more at hand who were involved in the murder, and they are looking at arresting them as well in future once they get the necessary evidence and proof at hand. Well, my colleague Varghese joins us over the phone lines with more information. Varghese, for the benefit of the viewers, if you could take us back to exactly what happened 1 year back.
So it happened on a rainy day of 31st of March 2013. What happened was these people, the accused, broke into the Pontifical Seminary in an effort to get some documents. That is what they have told the police. And once they were inside the chambers of the rector, where certain of the critical documents regarding to the administration of the seminary was kept, it had, because of the noise, Vicky's father, K.J. Thomas, had woken up. He came suddenly into the premises and of his rector office, and he found that people had broken into his office. The people who had broken into the office were shocked with his presence and did not know what to do. So one of them apparently took a rod that was with them, which they had used to in fact break into the office, and hit the father on his head. He fell unconscious, and that person hit him again and again, due to which he died on the spot, and because of excessive bleeding from the head. This is what had occurred on that night, and there were several ones. The rector had died, and these assailants escaped from that area. Another father from that seminary came in the morning, and he saw the scene, and that is when he had informed the police regarding the matter. The police were in fact searching, and they had a list of suspects within the framework, and within 3 months they were into narrowing down on the suspects. And what the breakthrough came was when 2 people in the seminary were subjected to narco analysis, and details of a fight between the arrested or the accused Father Elias and K.J. Thomas came to light regarding the administration of the seminary, especially with regards to posts that were in fact given. So this came into this. There was a kind of a tiff between both the people with regards to the administration, and one of the intention of the crew who had broken into the seminary was actually get hold of documents could prove Father K.J. Thomas in bad light. That was their intention, and also to hide some of their tracks with regards to the administration. But the tiff had kept on going on, and this was when this resulted in these people breaking into the seminary, and with the death of Father K.J. Thomas, Akshita.
Right, Varghese. Now, this has been a very sensational case. In fact, we have seen a blame game of sorts, with even the relatives of Father K.J. Thomas going ahead and slamming the police for the considerable delay that we have seen. But also the cops going on to state that there are a lot more people involved, and maybe we could see more arrests in the future.
Well, that is what the cops at present are stating. In fact, the relatives had in fact gone to the extent of demanding a CBI inquiry to what happened on that night. But there are several other questions that they've raised. In fact, one of the questions they've raised is that the seminary's administration was going on well with Father K.J. Thomas, and there were a lot of vested interests that wanted to, in fact, have a hold on the seminary, especially with its financial matters. And these vested interests were the ones who were, in fact, working against the father. And because of this, they think there is more to the story, and that is why the cops have said that their investigations are still on. They have not closed down. But in these three suspects, it seems with these three suspects in hand, it seems that the police will be able to uncover more of the story, Akshita.
Right, Burgess, thank you so much for joining us with all that information. But finally, the cops managed to crack the sensational murder of Father K.J. Thomas there. 3 people arrested, Father Elias, Peter and William Patrick, all 3 of whom have been taken into custody. They will be produced before the court, and the cops claim that a lot more arrests are to follow. Well, we've got a few more days to go before the elections take place, and the politicking has already begun. We bring you the latest from the political world.